You're listening to From Find to Fabulous podcast, where we explore energy, mindset, spirituality, and all things woo. I'm Michelle, here with Dillon and Wright, and together we are on this journey with all of you to transform our lives from mundane to magical. Hello, welcome back.
Hey guys,
I'm here.
Yay, another episode.
I made it.
Another weekend.
It's almost over.
It is.
Weekend?
I'm very sad.
Yeah.
It is Sunday.
Yeah. Anyways, what are we talking about today?
What if your toughest life challenges, your heartbreaks, your betrayals, even your greatest joys were chosen by you before you were born?
What? Like,
That's weird.
what are you talking about? You talking about them soul contracts?
Yeah. Do you believe that we come into our human existence with a already decided, pre-decided soul contract?
No,
I have a hard time believing it.
I didn't choose this. And I have nothing else to learn.
Well, that's the thing. She's saying you didn't choose it.
No, she's saying I did choose it.
Well, you did?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
That
what she's
each
saying.
of
The soul
us-
contract. She's
Each-
saying, like, we
Each of us
signed up.
planned all of this.
They're like, hey, man, you're going to live in, like, poverty most of the time and then maybe get to the middle class. And it's going to suck, but sign here. And I was like,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I don't know if I had a pen yet.
I signed with my blood, I guess. It's my soul.
So if you can think of a soul contract, and I don't know if it's real or not, right? But it's a fun idea to play around with, I think.
Yeah.
And so if you can think of it kind of like maybe a curriculum or a roadmap, not a script, like not every detail, I wouldn't think of every little thing is pre-decided, but maybe like a roadmap. Maybe
Like, I was presented with a contract I could read, and it said everything that was going to happen, good and bad.
No, you created the contract. No one handed it to you and said, here, sign
Oh.
here. You created it.
You decided what was going to happen.
I don't know anything about contract law. How am I going to figure that out?
How long ago?
Yeah.
Before you were born, while you were
In this life?
in the other realm, in the heaven realm.
Okay.
So there was somebody else before me living as me in a different body.
It was you, your soul.
Yeah.
But you
Yes.
just can't remember it.
But I had a six-pack.
Maybe.
Of beer, maybe. Of beer.
Okay.
So if you can just imagine that this contract might include people you'll meet, challenges you'll face, gifts you'll uncover along the way, things like that. What do you think about that?
You're saying I agreed to this?
No, you created it.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
that you
I
agreed to it. You created
I
it
created it.
for
I get-
yourself.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you didn't agree with that, but
Mine-
you created it. Now you're stuck with
I
it.
probably turned mine in as like a blank page and said, surprise me. With just a signature. I had a signature on there and I was like, you know what? I don't
Oh.
even care. Just give me what you got, God. And he sent me to like a roulette table.
Yeah, I mean, so I guess the underlying piece of this I'm gathering is acceptance.
Possibly.
Oh, like accepting that
Yeah, I mean,
the
because
world.
I can't be mad at something I created necessarily. All I can do is make the best of it.
But I don't have any memory of creating this. And I feel like that goes a long
But
way.
if you believe that you did it,
Oh, if I just started thinking
Well, if you
like
had
that?
a memory of it, you wouldn't really be participating in it because you would already know what was going to happen, and you know. But when you don't remember it,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
you really are invested in your life and what you're doing, right?
Right.
And so, if you can imagine that the reason you did this was because you wanted to experience things in this lifetime that would help your soul evolve, let's say.
Okay.
And so when you talk about, I wouldn't have signed up for this, I wouldn't have
Yeah.
agreed to this stuff. But think about it in life. What types of things have given you the most growth?
Protein.
Probably experiences.
Experiences that are probably challenging,
Yeah.
a little
True.
bit of struggle, right? Because
Trials and tribulations.
because we don't usually just grow sitting back, experiencing rainbows and unicorns.
I grow out. I sit too much.
Happy.
Eating
That
your
means you're happy.
bonbons.
Yeah. I just go with the flow. My contract said throw whatever you got at me and I will just let it fly over me. I don't know what that means.
So you're thinking what you're trying to say is that
Yeah.
you weren't a participant in that and everything is happening to you.
Yeah, can I void this contract right now? Cuz I just feel like I would, if I wrote the contract, I would have put a clause in there that, something.
Well, I mean, I would think that,
Like if I want to back out, like at any point, I can just back out. No consequence. We can restart.
well, I think maybe that, if you don't achieve everything that you set out to achieve,
Yeah.
there's not really a consequence for it, right? Your soul just doesn't grow in that way that you had anticipated or that you had pre-planned.
So then I go to hell.
If you believe in that,
So I got to come back and do it again.
maybe
Oh man.
if that's what your soul would
I'm
choose
trying to
to
complete
do.
mine.
You're trying to complete your what?
Yeah, I don't want to have to go back and do it again.
Okay, so what's going on in this life that you think you have to overcome?
Well, I don't
So
know.
you can stay asleep.
Well, I don't
this
remember.
time?
I don't remember what I wrote down.
That's what I'm saying. This is like, I feel like I agreed to like sobriety test, right? And they hooked me, and this is unfair.
What do you think could be clues here in your existence, in your life, that might tell you that you're heading in the right direction versus this is not what I planned or this is not
It's like when that
where I wanted to go?
Well,
the
you said
synchronicity
synchronicity. Yeah, you
jumps
said
out, yeah.
synchronicities before, but I mean, maybe that, or like when you recognize a pattern of behavior or a pattern that kind of like the kind of people that you hang around, or whenever you notice that shift, that change, maybe that's when you might be going like.
What might you notice in that though? That you don't want to be around that anymore, or that's not the way you want to live, or
Well, yeah, I mean, maybe before you just kind of go along with it,
okay.
and I think maybe the change is when you realize like you make a different decision that you did in the past.
Okay.
When you focus on yourself more than what other people think, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And because that's then that's why I said experiences, because you've had that experience over and over in different ways, and you're breaking the chain or the pattern.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that.
Which takes self-awareness.
And who knows if you're like making the right decision. I mean, but at least you're trying something different.
Okay. And so maybe if whatever decision you make, if it feels good, maybe that means that's the right decision, or maybe there is no right or wrong. But maybe if it feels good, it's leading you more down the path that you had originally anticipated. But if it feels like struggle and, really hard, and then maybe you're like, oh, maybe I need to go a different way.
Like if you're doubting it.
Yeah.
Or if you start to doubt it. But the doubt might come from fear.
Yes. Ego.
Of something new.
For sure.
Or, yeah, I mean, ego just kind of, deciding if, I don't know, I guess doubting your decision, I think could be a factor.
Yeah. And I think probably that's something that's super common with people, especially when you're trying to make a big decision in life, is to think you have a decision, but then you doubt your decision. And I think you're right. That comes from fear. But beyond that, once you actually have made the decision and you get going with it, if it feels good, what you're doing, that could give you a clue that, keep doing more of that.
Right.
But if it feels like struggle or not necessarily too challenging, because we definitely want to challenge ourselves. But if it just starts making you feel, bad every day, like you don't want to get up and do it again, kind of thing, that could be a clue that maybe this wasn't the right choice and maybe I need to make a new decision. Because once you make a decision, you're not stuck with that decision, right? I think that's part of what we get to experience here is free will, and we have choices. But some of us don't pay attention, like what you said, realizing that you've got a pattern that you're repeating over and over again. So some people don't look
Now I'm catching on.
don't look at it and don't see that.
Yes.
And so they just would keep going, even if it felt terrible,
Right.
and they didn't like it and they were miserable.
And they're like, why do I feel this way? And then they just keep doing the same thing.
Right.
Because they're lame.
And they don't make it, I don't know if they're lame, but they just don't realize that they have another choice, that they could make another choice now. So they just kind of would repeat that. And so maybe that's a clue. I don't know,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. And then, synchronicities, of course, like you said,
Yeah,
Right.
because
could be a sign, or, you've applied a meaning to a group of numbers, or
I don't see. I don't look for anything. It just pops out.
and when you recognize it, how do you feel?
I feel good.
It feels
and what does that mean to you when it pops out?
It means whatever I'm doing, I should be doing right this second. Like,
Yeah,
that's how I accept it. And now it happens like way more often. And it's like little things like when I was like a kid, and I would think of like a random obscure episode of some cartoon that I hadn't seen in years, and then that same day, on numerous occasions, that obscure episode would come on. That would be like the episode, and I'd sit there and watch it and be like, damn, did I make that happen? I was like, how does that happen so often? Like, that's weird. So yeah, that's and so I got this huge ego that it's my universe.
Well, you put it in your contract. Please play that episode of Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles. Oh no, I wasn't watching Ninja Turtles. I was watching like SpongeBob.
Okay.
Yeah. Ninja Turtles is cool though.
That's what I grew up on.
Shoot, I was watching Beetleborgs.
So let's take it one step further. So if we think about these contracts,
Yeah.
and if you believe in something called a soul family,
Soul Family.
where you have, where there are
I
other
believe in the Proud Family. I was watching that too.
That's funny. Souls that you are connected with, beyond the human experience, but soul connections. So what if those souls that you're connected with agreed to play a certain role in your lifetime when you come down here? So they come down here during your same lifetime. You agree to meet at some point and play different role, whether it be a friend, a lover, a sibling, a parent, whatever, a teacher, or maybe even be an adversary,
Oh.
right? Because
Uh-oh.
they agreed to help you with whatever this.
Like forgiveness, maybe. Because in all the other lives, I probably killed this person. And then in this life, I'm like, you know what?
You can't, because it's against the law.
Yeah, in this life, there's a law. So I'm like, well, damn, I got to go about another way of doing this.
Yeah, maybe.
So
I mean,
maybe we come together and we cure, like, Parkinson's or something.
maybe, but just imagine. I mean, think about it. There could be people that souls that you agreed to come and meet, and there could be one that's here to give you great comfort, and there could be one that's here to, just give you the worst experience of your life. Or maybe there's one that you experience deja vu with, and you're like,
Yeah, that happens too.
oh, do I know this person? Like, I
Oh,
feel
you
like I've
think
done
like
this before.
maybe that familiarity is like from another life?
Yeah. Or just from your soul, and remember, that's maybe just a little tiny remembrance of the contract.
Like, never mind.
Does this kind of like say like everything happens for a reason? Does it play into that, or is this more or less?
Because think about it.
And the reason is because you did it.
Because you wanted
Every
to
time I get
evolve.
a headache, I'm like, I was Abraham Lincoln in a past life.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
wow.
I mean, that's a potential, right? That we've got these people and that we pre-plan everybody who's going to be an important person in our life. And it could be coworkers, could be, a boss, it could be a teacher that made a big impact on you, or it could be, the family that you chose to be in because you needed to learn certain things and you looked at that family and said, that's going to give me an experience that's really going to help me learn whatever. So maybe you experience loss. And the reason you choose to experience a loss that affects you deeply is so that you can develop empathy.
Mm. Mm-hmm. I mean, I can see that, but I don't think I would have signed up for any of this.
Why?
I mean, this would imply that everyone signed something, and to get everything to do the same thing is rare.
Yeah, and how can I sign something before I'm born when I didn't even know my name? My mom had to choose
But your
my
name
name.
didn't matter.
You
Well,
did,
then what am I signing?
or maybe you knew your name. Maybe you knew that your mom was going to pick that name, and you're like, "Yeah, I could totally see myself being a Dillon this time around."
I would have chose God.
What were you before?
I was a dog.
Hagatha.
What? That's a synchronicity, and I can't tell you why.
Okay.
Okay.
That's weird.
All right.
Oh boy, I can't wait to hear
That's
this.
what
Oh,
So-
you're not gonna hear about this one.
oh,
Okay.
we're not going to hear it.
No.
Okay.
It's like a high school
That's what
story.
I felt.
Oh, okay.
I looked into his eyes and I said it.
Agatha. Wow. When I look at you, I see despair.
Despair. All right.
I don't
How
know.
did you know?
See, it's my universe.
And then I don't know. I wonder, like have you ever met someone that you feel like
They're weird.
was just super easy and comfortable around, like immediately? Like you just started clicking with them immediately?
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I see what you're saying. I still have a hard time believing it just because I mean, I can see how it can relate to like acceptance and things are working exactly the way they're supposed to. And the only thing I can change is how I react to it. And if I realize that things are going to work out regardless of what I do, and I'm not saying my choices because I can choose to shift directions, but the things that are happening aren't going to change. It's just how I navigate through them.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And so if we go down that line of thinking about, whether or not we believe this soul contract thing is real, but if it was, then we could look at, well, how could this help us learn? Like, what can we learn from that concept of if it is real, then it can maybe help us take responsibility for the choices we make in our lives or for the experience that we're having in a way, rather than to just be like, why does everything always happen to me? And instead say, well, maybe a question we could ask is, if I choose this experience or if I chose this experience before birth, what might I have wanted to learn through this?
Damn. It's powerful.
It's deep.
It's deeper than rap.
To just help us like navigate it and to move forward and to get as much out of life as we possibly can instead of just playing the victim and be like, oh, life sucks and then I'm going to die,
Yeah.
but really to get the most out of this experience because, we don't live forever.
Yeah, we're only here once. Well, now you're
Well,
saying now you're saying we're here
In
more
this
than once.
experience, maybe you're only here once, but
right.
perhaps you've had other
There's
experiences.
a lot of loopholes.
There's a lot
And
of loopholes.
what if things that you experienced in your other incarnations still are attached to your soul, right? So they still come up in this life as maybe a deep wound and you don't even realize why it's there or why you're carrying it or that you even have it, but it somehow shows up in your experiences. And so until you start questioning, what do I need to learn from this? How might I want to look at this differently? Or those kinds of questions, you might like you said earlier, just be stuck in the same old patterns over and over again.
In a loop.
Yeah. In a loop of, not feeling great about yourself, most likely, because a lot of times those patterns are, self-sabotage or just not super helpful. They kind of, make us stuck in some reality that we're not enjoying. I feel like,
Like this one.
yeah.
I'm enjoying this reality, actually.
Are you?
Yeah. Ever since I started, like, thinking like this.
Yeah.
Made it a lot easier. I just think about my boat every day. Every day. First thing I think about is a boat.
That's great.
Well, too bad you can't remember the contract.
Yeah, I don't know what I got to do to get there.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of boat you're going to get.
Well, if it feels good, do more of it. Maybe that's the answer.
I don't know, because I feel like that's a double-edged
If
sword.
it feels good and it's healthy for you.
If it
do more
feels
of it.
good and you can get away with it. No, I'm just kidding. If it feels good and it's healthy for you, go for it. Because I feel like that's how drug addicts become drug addicts. They just keep doing it, and they're like,
Oh, well, true.
like,
Well, that's why I
is
said,
But
good.
that's
why I said
also
healthy.
Yeah.
trying to mask what's going on.
That's like girl math, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I feel good, so
Yeah.
I'll just keep doing it.
But you know that's not helping you grow and not helping you become something bigger and better and, whatever down a road.
What if you just give up wanting it to be better?
And maybe that's
And-
what if that's part of your contract?
Like you're supposed to overcome that, but then you die from it?
No, or just maybe it's part of your contract to be an addict because in your last lifetime you were the drug dealer.
Oh.
So now in this lifetime, you're going to be the addict so that you can see what you did to these people and the life that they had to experience because now you want to experience a growth from that.
That's kind of cool. I like that. That's a cool flip. In one life, you're the assassin, but in the next life, you're JFK.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah. And because if we can think about it, the best way for us to learn anything is to experience something.
That's true. Yeah.
Right. And so if we're seeking growth and compassion, we're going to learn it through the hardships. We're going to learn it through, the things that we actually have to work towards.
Yeah.
And then, like Wright pointed out, recognizing patterns. And maybe along the way, we recognize some purpose that we
That's what
feel that we
separates us.
play.
Yeah.
Because I kind of feel like part of it too is, yes, it's about us and our growth, but I also feel like there's some component of it where, maybe because of the things that we experience and we do, we are also helping others by our example, by our modeling. So, if you think about it, when you're a young child and something happens and you're not sure whether you're supposed to be scared or cry or angry, you look to your parent to see how they responded to it. And if they don't seem to have a big reaction, then you're okay feeling you don't need to have a big reaction. But if they're also freaking out, then you're going to freak out.
Yeah.
So our example, I feel like, spreads to other people, even if it's just to one person. But,
Okay.
or maybe it could be to, a whole community.
Huh. So if you raise like a good kid, then that kid doesn't have to come back.
I don't know that any of us have to come back. I think we choose to come back because we want to evolve. We want to experience. And who knows? Maybe this is not the only place we have the option to experience things in. Maybe there's a whole nother galaxy somewhere.
I have a question, and this might actually play into that.
Okay.
Oh.
If there's so many souls
Yeah.
and there's so many people,
Mm-hmm.
what if the population grows? do new souls generate, or do some souls have two bodies?
Ooh, that's interesting. You mean at the same time?
Like you have two bodies?
Well, so like the population, right? It's if it grows, are new souls generated?
Oh yeah. Where are the excess souls coming from?
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe there aren't any excess souls. Maybe,
They're
I
coming
don't know.
across the
I don't
soul
know.
border.
Just
Other
guessing.
galaxies.
Just guessing.
We're trading
Maybe
souls.
maybe all the souls were created at once,
Yeah. Some are
and
just in timeout.
some are in other places
Oh, like in the
experiencing
universe.
in the universe
That'd be cool.
at that time. Or then, like what Wright said, when the population grows, then there's more here. Or, or maybe they're choosing not to come back. And who knows, maybe you can choose, because I don't think time is the same on the other side. I feel like it's, like what we experience as a lifetime is like just a blip over there. And so, maybe they're choosing to sit out a while before they come for another round. I don't know. I think it's all very interesting to think about, and could definitely, maybe if you are someone who is experiencing some struggles or some challenges, and maybe if you could just take this concept and ask yourself that question: if I chose this experience before I was born, what might I have wanted to learn from this?
Right.
And then try to, as to Wright's point, look at the patterns. What are the patterns? And see if there's something there that could help you break through that, so that you don't have to keep repeating the pattern or the experience over and over again. Because I kind of feel like maybe we do keep experiencing it until we learn it, till it clicks with us, till we get it. But if we're not doing that, self-reflection, there's no way it's going to click.
Yeah. Because you'll just do what your parents did
Yeah.
until you're like, well,
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
So
That looks hard and miserable. I want to do happy things.
yeah. Yeah. So let me learn this
Yeah.
so I can move on to something better.
Like,
something.
dang, why do I keep punching holes in the wall when I'm upset? I don't understand.
Yeah. How can I channel my anger in another way?
Ah,
Yeah.
I'll
Exactly.
play golf.
And so I just feel like this is just definitely something, that's worth thinking about and exploring. I read a book about it, and it's called A Journey of Souls, and it's by Michael Newton. So if anybody out there wants to look into that book, it kind of helps explain. And he wrote this book because he was doing hypnotherapy with people about and having them tell him the story of their death. And so how they died, what they're seeing, what they're experiencing, what happened right after they died, and that kind of thing. It was a very interesting book. And then if you've ever heard of a woman named Dolores Cannon, she's got a lot of things on YouTube. She's written many books, but along the same lines, where it talks about different, like what we may experience on the other side, and how we may create these contracts and things like that. So I don't know. I just thought it was really, really interesting. And so if any of our listeners out there want to tell us what they think about soul contracts, whether or not they believe it, message us or share a story. If there's something you feel like you've experienced in your lifetime that you feel like was definitely a divine experience, where you felt like either, I don't know, anything, you met somebody and you just felt like you already knew them, or that they
Like
you
a soul mate.
yeah, like you had a one of your soul family, your soulmates here to
Like my
help you
soul
learn.
homie.
Well,
Yeah.
it's that song, Hey Sister, Soul Sister.
Oh yeah. I just feel like maybe if we think about it, those people that are in our lives who are really making an impact on us, whether we view it as good or bad, which I don't think anything is really good or bad, it just is, but we perceive it that way because we're humans, and just start thinking, oh, maybe I agreed to this person because there's a lesson here for me. What could that be? So that we can evolve and grow and become whatever it is we really want to become.
Yeah. Yeah. Fool me once. Shame on me. I mean, shame on you. Fool me twice.
Let's pull a card.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's see. All right, I'm going to pull a card from the Spirit Animal Oracle today.
Oh, what's my spirit
We'll
animal?
let Darren read. Let's see what the spirit animals want us to
Mine's
know
probably
today.
like a lion or a dragon or something.
Let's see.
Watch mine be like a walrus or like a seal.
I was just thinking a walrus. 100% about to say that. If it's a walrus, I'm going to scream.
Well, we got three.
Is there a walrus?
We got Panther,
Oh, that's me.
which is reclaim your power.
Oh, never mind.
And I think
It's not me.
that we are reclaiming our power when we are starting to self-reflect and ask ourselves these questions so that we're not just sitting in victim mode.
Oh, that's a good one.
So
Swirling in misery.
that's number 44.
Not Slytherin. Not Slytherin.
And then we got the crow spirit, which is co-create with spirit.
That's right. He's a crow type person.
And then
He raps on the door.
stag spirit,
Stag? Like a deer?
take the lead.
That's me. I'm the leader.
So I feel like all three of these
Speak to the contract.
speak to it. Yeah, exactly what we were just talking about. So looking at our lives and our challenges and the things that we're experiencing, turning them into something that we are growing from and not just happening to us, that we're co-creating with spirit to stay on our purpose, our path to create, become who we truly are, and that we are taking the lead in that and no longer sitting back and just allowing life to happen, but creating what we want.
Bam.
Might have a boat today.
Do it, Dillon, do it.
I'm buying a boat. Yeah, house first.
Hey, that was great, you guys.
Yeah,
Cool.
that was awesome.
See you next time.
Yeah.
See you next time. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode. We are truly grateful for each of you. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to follow us on whatever platform you are listening. If you're listening on a podcast platform, please consider leaving a review. If you're listening on YouTube, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you're alerted when new episodes are released. Please also leave comments. We would love to know what you think. You can also share this with someone that you think might enjoy our content. Any interaction with the channel truly helps it grow. You can also email us at michelle@fromfinetofab.com, and that's Michelle with 2 L's. Until next time, be fabulous. This podcast is meant for entertainment purposes only. We are not medical, legal, or financial professionals, so always consult a qualified expert before making any changes to your life.